Hi, Kathy here with Kathy's Cute Creations. Today I'm going to be marking one of my table toppers. I'm going to show you my stencil, how to do it, and then I'm going to go ahead and start quilting on it. So let me show you the stencil first. This is what one of my stencil looks like. Here's the packaging it came in. Okay, change of plans. Okay, so I hope you can see this, and let me tell you what I'm doing. I went ahead and on my machine, there's actually a hand look quilting stitch. And I went ahead and I've selected that. I changed my foot to actually an open-toed foot so that I can see this stitch. Usually you would use a, I think it's like I don't know what it is. It's an actual closed circle, but it doesn't go anywhere because it's wanting you to guide it. But I don't want to guide it like that. I want my feed dogs to guide it for me because I'm going in the ditch, which I'm going to show you here in a second. I went ahead and I've put my length on 3. And what this does, it goes back and forth. Now I'm just using plain old white thread. I did change my needle. So it is a 90, what is it here? I'll show you. It is, I don't know if you can even see it, it's a 90-14. Let's see if I can, I'm not sure, there we go, 90-14. This is, it says top stitching, but this size, the 90 is the European, the 14 is America, or United States, however you want to say it, and it's embroidery as well as quilting needle. And so I may go ahead and use some of my embroidery stitches on here, so I wanted to make sure I was covering both my bases. I did go ahead and clean out my machine before I got started because I wanted all that lint and everything cleared out for this new project, because this is going to be a minute. And I'm trying to figure out how it does a back stitch. So, okay, so it stays in one place to do a back stitch. So I'm going to do it twice. And then let me pull this out so I can show you the stitching in the ditch here. Alrighty, so that is what stitching in the ditch means. It is right against, right here. See it right there? Let's see if I can pull a little bit. You can see it. And it goes up this other side. Now that's what I'm going to do for the inside. Now, I know a lot of people, when they quilt, they say, once you put your needle down, don't ever pick it up. I do not have a problem locking it into place and moving it. I never have. All right, so now I went down this side, now I'm going to go down this side here. I'm only doing this little square right here. I do not know how much you can see of it. And I don't go very fast when I'm doing it in the ditch. I just take my time. This is why it takes me a little bit to do. And then I have to move over just a little bit because I don't want to go on that actual corner. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's see. So that's those 4. Now I want to do, I'm just turning it as I go here. piece of black thread right in there. Not sure that needs to come out or not. I'm going to have to pull it to the other side. Let me go forward here. Okay. I believe I have one more to do, and then I'm going to show you the back so you have an idea of what it looks like. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see the stitching right here. Okay, that's what it looks like. Now I really don't know if you guys just want to watch me quilt this or if I change it up. I mean, I can stop now, quilt a little bit more, and then come back to show you something else I'm doing, like when I use one of my embroidery stitches on my machine. I think that's what I'll do so that I don't bore you to death with the same kind of thing. Now for the outer edges, I'm doing a blanket stitch. And what I've done, because these corners, if you keep the same size, now mine's not called a blanket stitch, it's called a quilting applique stitch, but it's the same thing. So when you're coming down in here, you want the part that goes over to the left to be smaller. So what I started with is my length is 1.8 and my width is 3.0. So hopefully you can see this. And this is quilting in the ditch because you're trying to stay on the right hand side in the white and then cross over into, in this case, the orange. So you just take your time. And then when I get down here, let's see here, about right here, then I'm going to change my stitch width and I'm going down to 2, from 3 to 2, so it makes it a lot smaller. So when it gets to this corner, it doesn't overshoot the fabric. Now I have to turn it. Let's see if you can still see it. Okay. And if you need to, which is what I do, is I lift my needle to see where it's going to land next. So it needs to go over a little bit to the left. So I'll put it down, there you go, right into that seam. And then I'll go up about 3 of them. And then I'll put my stitch back up to, the width back up to 3. But I'm keeping the same stitch. And then I'm just trying to stay on this side. Okay, now I'm going to flip it. Of the entire square, and hold on, I'll flip it over to show it to you. Okay, here's what the back looks like. Hopefully you can see that. And hopefully I'm not going too fast either. I really like this back fabric. Makes me think of connecting the dots. So on each of the corners, all I did was a straight stitch. There's 4 of them. Down here, what I did was I put my foot on that side and then just sewed. Put my foot on this side and sewed. That's how I created that with that open toe foot. And now I started, right here, I started, as you can see, all I'm doing is put an X in the boxes, and then I think I'm going to freehand in the pumpkins. But now it's late, so I'm stopping for the day, and I will pick it up tomorrow after work.